4 years old, our house burned down. Insurance didn't cover paying off that mortgage. So fortunately, my mom was a nurse and she was able to work a ridiculous amount of hours, some 80 hours a week, and pay off that mortgage while still finding us another place to live. So I've been fortunate to have a lot of really good role models in my life. Obviously, my mom being at the top of that list. Okay. When all is good, why rock the boat when my child support's low? Yes. Okay. We know who it was filed by.
She always very passionately said, I'm going to be an attorney. And she'd look at me with dead set eyes, and I 100% believed her. And not only just becoming an attorney, but actually being a good attorney that is going to make a difference. Erin's passion sets the bar for everyone else in our office. So we're at home on a Saturday night, it's 8 o'clock, Erin's phone starts buzzing. It says a lot of our staff who's feverishly working to prepare for the cases that we're going to handle that next week. They share Erin's passion, and it's contagious, and it's been spreading through our firm.
All right, thanks for staying so late. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. I love doing family law. I feel like I really help people every day. I feel like...
What should I do?
What should I do?
What should I do?
What should I do?
What are my rights? What are my rights?
What are my rights?
A legal course of action.
A legal course of action.
A legal course of action.
A legal Morse of action.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people who are going through divorce or some crazy drama with the Obama.
Or people who want to.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Legal Morse of Action. This is Patricio, a.k.a. Rocky. And as always, the one, the incomparable, the very talented attorney Erin Morse.
All right.
How are you?
I'm Monday. It's Monday.
I was not a fan of Mondays until working in the legal field. Now it's just like
every day sucks.
Every day sucks. Every day sucks. Because we'll get emails over the weekend. We still have our group chat going on, and we know it's coming.
It's funny because during the week, my phone is constantly going off. It's like, bzz, bzz, bzz. But on the weekend, it's radio silence. So that's pretty funny.
You're lucky on that one. I still look at the. Oh shoot!
You just stopped mid-sentence, sir.
Oh my God, Erin, you're gonna love this.
Am I?
Oh yeah, I am stopping the show. You're still talking, but I'm going to show you what you just sent me.
Oh, we've got behind the scenes drama. Watch list.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
We found out one of our opposing clients is on a watch list.
Yeah, that's
Sir.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Do you need something, senor? All that for a soda water?
They're not in the other fridge.
So yeah, this episode was set to air last week 5 different times,
and I did not want to do it.
No, and I am so glad, because sometimes even myself, the podcast whore, doesn't want to do podcasts as well, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of need a break as well. It's fine. Let's reschedule.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
We rescheduled a lot last week, and then
I'm so tired.
Yeah, but we need our mental break, and we're back. We have a lot of questions. We have a lot of topics to go over. But how about you? How have you been? Fill us in with your world.
It's good. I'm busy divorcing people, getting paternity set up right, and doing all the things we got to do. It's been busy because I was on maternity leave, and now that I'm back, everybody's like, "Oh, cool. Let's just schedule everything." Including a few hearings that we had been putting off or that we had trouble scheduling, and finally, because I was on leave,
Hmm.
a lot of focus on scheduling could happen. I wasn't barking in everyone's face.
No, and it was I think it was last week that I went by the bullpen, and that's where we have the board with all the dates for all the hearings. And I was just like, damn, that's a lot of stuff to do next week.
That's why I was so tired. I couldn't do it. Anyway.
Yeah.
So what do we have for us today?
So-
what's our topics here?
So for first today, I know I'd put this in the
I'm actively working because I can't stop.
I
I need to
know.
really turn this off.
No, it's fine. No, you're servicing the clients not only on and off the podcast as you so eloquently do. But last week we did movies, family law and pop culture.
Oh, yes.
And there was the movie we did last week was what do you call it? No, not Big Daddy. That's what we're doing this week. We did Forrest Gump last week in regards to the family proceedings that would follow Forrest Gump and his what he would have to do with little Forrest. But this week, we're going to talk about the a great classic, Big Daddy with Adam
Big
Sandler.
Daddy. That was such a good movie.
It was, and it pulled on so many feels. I feel
like it really melded the two things with of Adam Sandler being both having a dramatic and serious presence and comedy.
Yeah, because we hadn't really seen him that much in anything dramatic or serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just finished doing Little Nicky, Happy Gilmore, all those other crazy movies, and coming off of Saturday Night Live, you don't expect him to be that emotional, dramatic actor. Oh, shout out to Vanessa. I'm actually working as well. No, she put up in the comments.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw you. You're like, oh, what's going on? Possible deniability. Anyway, anywho, but the movie in question this week was Big Daddy. And do you remember the premise of that film?
I do. A kid basically got dropped off at his door.
Yes.
And
the kid wasn't Adam Sandler's. It belonged to his roommate who had just left to go out of town on business.
Right.
Like he was literally just boarding the plane. It was played by Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't, I'm about to board a plane. So Adam Sandler's character gets stuck with, oh God, I can't remember his name, but he was one of the twins from The Sweet Life.
Oh yeah.
From Zach.
They were so cute.
The Sweet Life from Zach and Cody.
I didn't realize they became the Sweet Life twins.
Really?
Yeah, it just didn't click to me.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't find that out until
doubt it, but
a few years later as well.
I didn't know it.
So yeah, he gets this kid dropped off for in front of his doorstep,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes to child services, and child services tells him that the mother gave him wanted to give him up for adoption, but basically gave him to the father first.
Yeah.
Now, I know it sounds a little questionable because beforehand I didn't know anything on family law, but like when I see this again, I'm like, well, no. What would be the proper proceedings if this were to happen in real life?
So if it were to happen in real life that the mom was just like, I'm done with this kid, like just scrap it. It really couldn't happen like that. The only, it's questionable on the age limit and what would happen as it relates to hi, Kyle. As it relates to, oh my God, I saw that stupid email.
Waves on the phone for you?
Oh,
That's Jerry.
Yeah. Oh no, for the
you, not me.
oh, it's for the for Dropbox for Deletta. I mean, I'll call him back. Okay. Yeah, sorry.
See, we really are working. So you wouldn't be able to just drop a kid off, but I don't know the law on this, on the safe haven laws, on being able to bring an infant, for example, to any emergency room or fire station.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what would happen. How old was he? 4, 5?
He was like, 5 at least. Because he was going into kindergarten.
Oh yeah, 5.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the law would be on dropping your 5-year-old off at the police station.
It's wild. I mean, I'm sure it happens because people don't really know the laws and they're just dropping off the kid. Like, would that be considered like reckless abandonment?
At the fire station?
Fire station or police
no,
station?
probably not reckless.
Okay.
But that child would essentially end up going to foster care.
Gotcha.
But it is the job of the state to try to find the father
Mm-hmm.
and try to give him first right of refusal.
Yeah, because I remember in the film when the social worker came back and was like, your friend is the father, but Jon Stewart's character, like he'd realized, oh my God, it was the Hooters girl from Buffalo.
Yeah.
And like there was no paternity established, and like there was a court proceeding all around this woman, and she ends up passing away. Because Julian was the kid's name.
Oh yeah.
And the social worker says Julian's mother passed away last night. We can put him in the system, but it'll be a couple of weeks or months or even years till he gets adopted. So then there was that whole court proceeding because apparently he pretended to be his friend so he can keep.
A little bit of fraud upon the court. Yeah. Little splash of fraud. No big deal. Kangaroo song.
I just put it up in the back screen in the back so people can see what movie we're actually talking about.
Yeah.
But it was a great film. But
it was good.
In regards to like that whole court proceeding, I think like towards the end, he admits to being the kid's father, and the judge said, okay, as long as we have a ruling from a paternity test, the case is dismissed. Mm-hmm. Would it be that simple, or would there still be...
they would enter a court order establishing the father as the father. So it would not be that simple. There would be a lot. They would not, under any circumstances, just leave it with your don't know your dad.
Yeah.
Is his roommate.
Yeah, and even then, I think it was like Julian just showed up to the door unannounced and just with a letter.
Right.
It's like, come on, New York, get your shit together. That wouldn't happen in real life. No. I would presume.
No.
And two, yeah, like they trusted this kid enough to like, oh, here, your dad lives here. Go find him. Go be with him.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So yeah.
But it was cool for a movie.
It was a cool movie.
Made a cool movie.
They really did.
Didn't the child end up going with his dad?
He ended up going with Jon Stewart's character.
Which that would happen. That's what would happen, no matter how close he got to Adam Sandler. And
Adam Sandler's character ended up getting together with the attorney girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
And I think he actually became an attorney a few years later.
Oh, because wasn't his friend also an attorney? Didn't they also go to law school together and he just never took the bar or something stupid?
Something stupid like that.
Yeah. Also,
go ahead, weigh in.
Practical on that. Like you just go to law school and be like, I just don't feel like taking the bar. There are people who do that. I say impractical.
Are they real? Are there really?
Yeah.
Kind of like a Matt Damon kind of thing? No, he didn't go to law school.
Oh, I was like,
who was it that what movie? Was it Ben Affleck or Matt Damon? I don't know. Sorry. I kind of went off on a whole...
We're far away from... Every day we stray further away from the Lord.
Okay. But, okay, so we've settled on Big Daddy. The discrepancies, the plausible, the reality, the fake, all that stuff. But I do want to ask you another one. Another pop culture family law.
I'm so ready.
Where did I put it?
So this is where I get to use my platform where when I'm sitting at home and I'm watching a movie, I get to go, that's not real. Someone actually, I get to do this now.
We have
so rather than annoying my husband with this information, I'm going to annoy all of you. Welcome to my podcast.
Also similar to a TED Talk.
Yeah.
All right. So here it is. TV in question, the Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch.
We're kids from the 90s, and we probably at one point saw a couple of reruns of the Brady Bunch.
Oh yeah.
During spring or summer break.
What was it? Nick at Night.
Yes, Nick at Night.
Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
I don't have no. Does anyone have cable?
Would Nick at Night now show shows from the 90s?
They're gonna show Friends.
Oh. Why?
Nick at Night would be showing Friends
That's
and Seinfeld.
Seinfeld just got released on Netflix, and I'm so happy about that.
I love Seinfeld.
I've been
I
rewatching.
love comedians in cars getting coffee.
That is a good show too. Freaking Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's been doing good. I don't think he's had any real scandals.
I think he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. I think that's like the best route to take once you hit celebrityism or celebrity.
Is be a recluse, mind
Mhm.
your business, and don't do weird things. I just watched the Jeffrey Epstein
Oh,
thing.
that's a tough one to take.
Watching that shit, I was like, no one is safe.
Did you see the new
Anyway, the Brady Bunch.
the Brady Bunch? We're focusing again.
Squirrel. So the Brady Bunch.
So my question is, the premise of the Brady Bunch for some of the millennials that don't know what that is, a couple
Gen Z wouldn't know.
Gen Z would have no clue who the Brady Bunch were, but a man and a woman. Hold on, here's a story of a lovely lady who was raising 3 very lovely girls, and she meets a guy. He has 3 boys as well, and then
Ironically, they're all the same age, so you could match one up to each.
It's
So
crazy.
this is practical. This is reasonable. This definitely happened.
Yeah, and they move in together, and they have a live-in maid, which what's her name? Oh my God,
Alice.
Alice did everything for them.
Alice.
She was a live-in maid, and she had a great relationship with the family, with everyone who came in. Like you loved Alice. But my question is it Greg or
Greg is the son?
Greg is the son?
I don't know.
Mr. Brady.
Mr. Brady.
He'll go like that.
Brady dad.
Brady dad and Brady mom get together. I guess she takes the name because now she's Mrs. Brady.
And all the girls took the name too.
Yeah, so hence the Brady
So
Bunch.
them having identity didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
They're women.
But did you at any point ever see the father to the daughters or the mother to the sons?
No. And what was the story on that?
I don't know. And I actually kind of want to research that in regards to the Brady Bunch family.
So Mike's first wife died, making him a widower, but the status of Carol's first marriage was kept a secret. She was divorced from her first husband, but nothing was mentioned about it on the series.
Oh, Peter. No. Is it Peter? No.
Carol
Brady. Mike Brady.
Mike
okay.
and Carol.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's weird. Also, he must have adopted them if they all have his last name.
Mm-hmm. So at that point, once you marry and you adopt those kids, and if he adopts those kids, and Carol's first husband should have given up his rights, right? At that point, for that adoption to happen,
or you'd have to file a lawsuit to do it. They'd have to take him to court for it. I think in the 70s, from what I understand sociologically, I think custody was a very different arena.
Oh, back in their time?
Yeah. Like you could completely take custody. Like it was an arrangement where each parent, like you'd go to court
mm-hmm.
and you get custody or you don't. So you separate and you see your kids or you don't.
Okay.
There was not very, very rarely, unless the parties really agreed, was there this like shared custody or, very limited visitation if you were the non-custodial parent, which is kind of fucking nonsense.
Yeah. And
I'm so glad it changed.
And like taking that same aspect and applying it to the Brady Bunch, I mean, I don't think at any point the kids actually talked about the other parent.
No, they just deleted them. Like they, changed their underwear, you changed dads. It's ridiculous.
So in regards to accuracy with that, like let's say Carol and Mike divorced.
Say it was happening today.
Yeah. So let's say
here in Florida. Right. So we got a lot of changed a lot of the facts here.
the Brady Sanchez family. I'm kidding. So let's say Carol and Mike are, currently living in Orlando.
The Brady Gronkowski family.
We'll go with that. And Mike files for divorce because Carol and Alice have been having an affair. We're just gonna play it like that.
So this is after the Brady Bunch.
Yes.
So Mike and Carol get divorced.
Yes.
Okay, so we've already agreed on some facts that Mike has adopted the 3 daughters of Carol.
Yeah, so he had 6 kids.
So Carol and Mike. So this is after the Brady Bunch is over.
are
getting divorced.
Side question. So if he adopts Marcia,
that's what I thought you were getting to.
Yeah, the 3 daughters.
Yeah.
Would Carol have to adopt the 3 boys?
No, she doesn't have to. But because he was a widower, that likely was the easiest thing to do. That they would just do this joint adoptions.
Uh-huh.
But they would have to remove the parental rights of Carol's first husband.
And he would have to agree to that, or it could be taken.
You could go to court and fight it out. And in the 70s, it would have been easier than it is now.
Yeah. Like, Judge, I want these kids. Done.
Right.
Next.
Right.
Sorry for making the accent.
Somehow their country.
Somehow.
California.
I mean, 6 kids in one house.
But if they were getting divorced, Mike and Carol,
Mm-hmm.
all 6 of the children have the same legal rights if they were adopted, have the same legal rights as if they were naturally born to the parties.
Okay.
So that's child support, that's visitation, that's custody, the whole song and dance.
So Mike would have to take care of Marcia, Cindy, and Jan.
Yeah.
If they were to go through the divorce.
Yeah, he would have to pay child support on those children that he did not
and still
provide 50% of the genetic material for.
And still take care of Greg, Peter, and Bobby.
Yes, and Carol would have time sharing with the boys.
But she wouldn't have to pay, well, depending on the income, how much she's making.
So there's no husband, wife, male, female designation on the child support guidelines worksheet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just whoever, parent 1 and parent 2, and whoever's income is more, and whoever has time sharing, etc.
Now, would Carol actually receive child support for the boys?
Yes.
Whoa!
If she adopted them.
If she adopted them.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez Louise. Wow. No way.
Why? She adopted them.
No, I'm just saying no way would I put myself in that situation.
She took responsibility for them.
Damn. That's wild. For that to actually happen for someone who did not birth these kids to, in a sense, be able to receive child support funds if there were a divorce proceeding, if she adopted them.
I think it's worth mentioning that the cost and time commitment of caring for children is much more expensive than child support provides.
Oh, yeah.
So her receiving child support was a lesser, him having to pay child support was a lesser commitment than her being willing to undertake the responsibility of having them and being, committed to them for, all time.
Okay.
So, I know it sucks that he'd have to pay child support, but, they're old. They're getting old.
Yeah.
They're teenagers and stuff. So it's fine. They'll age out soon, Mike. It'll be fine. Just pay your child support.
Yeah, because basically Greg and Marcia would have already, probably been their late 20s or early 30s. And possibly he would have to just dealt with Bobby and...
Maybe. I think by the time they got divorced, drag it out.
Yeah. Yeah, Cindy and Bobby probably already have their own kids at this point.
Yeah, they got grandkids.
Yeah, because even when they did like the whole the reunion thing special or reunion episode, like they all, like everyone had kids or everyone had, already moved on and done that.
Can you imagine what that Christmas looked like? I guess my grandmother had 6 kids.
Oh, your grandma had 6 kids.
My grandmother, yeah. My mom is one of 6.
Oh, wow.
So
I am one of question mark.
I'm one of 3 on my dad's side.
Yeah, on my dad's side is one of question mark. So I don't know how many are total on that side.
My mom only had 2.
My mom only had 1 on my part.
Just you, buddy. You're so special.
So thank you for filling in those gaps right there with the Brady Bunch and Big Daddy. It really throws me off with the whole Carol would be entitled to child support if they were
Or
getting.
Carol would have to pay. I think she had the more successful career, didn't she? I don't know. I'm just making that up.
Yeah, I thought she was a stay-at-home. I think.
Stay-at-home mom with a nanny. That's the life.
I know. Mike was out. He was an architect. That I remember.
Oh, okay. That's fancy.
Yeah, especially in the 70s, making those really cool hippie. I mean, not hippie, fancy looking houses and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this building is very 70s. The one that we're in. I think that's when it was built.
I do like it though. It does stand out.
Yeah. I told someone that this was the Point Ivanhoe building.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, I didn't know it was called the Point Ivanhoe building. And I went, there's literally a sign in front of it that says that.
Ivanhoe building. Oh man, but we do have some questions to go over, and let's start them off with: can I leave my adopted mother to live with my biological grandma when I turn 18? Now, before you go crazy on this, because I know I already know the answer, but I know there's some people out there who don't know the complexities of the law. But yeah, go ahead, Erin, rip them a new one.
When you turn 18, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. What do you want?
What do you want?
Whatever you want. You're 18. You're free.
It's the only thing I know for those folks.
But you should ask a lot of questions as to what, why, how, adoption, what. And that's okay. Do your thing.
Do you think, boo-boo?
Do your thing. You 18, you're the adult. You make the decisions. They can't tell you. You tell them.
Exactly. When did you, how old were you when you left the house?
19.
19.
I was 18 when I moved out the first time, and then 19 the second time, and haven't been back.
Gotcha. Oh my God, I thought that was Kyle across the street.
No one can see across the street. So.
Next question. What can I do when your spouse brings false domestic charges against you?
Go to court for sure. That's what you gotta do. You're gonna have to find a way to defeat it.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can come to an agreement to dismiss it. But if there's domestic charges, you might not be able to speak with them. But you're gonna have to go to court to defend it and hope that it gets dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
Domestic charges sounds criminal. So you have no control of the criminal process. And once it's started, neither does the victim. The victim has some input and can make suggestion, but they don't have control.
No, they don't.
But if it's a civil injunction, you should hire me so that we can go to court and defend against your injunction.
Exactly. 407-900-7451. Ooh, I don't have the ticker up. My bad. Where's the ticker? Oh my God, where's the ticker? Ah, there it is. Schedule a consultation today, 407-900-7451, or visit morse-firm.com to speak with Erin today. Well, not today, probably tomorrow, or
You call today so that you could get an appointment.
All right, next one coming up. Can I seek extra overnights if my ex is not ensuring the kids are doing well in school?
Yes.
So if the kids' grades drop dramatically.
Yeah, and you can show that it was on your ex's days and times. Yes, that would be a reason for sufficient for I think, under the right circumstances, for a substantial change in circumstances, and we could file for modification on that basis.
So like if the kid was, A,
but
B on a
A's
roll.
to B's.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you to fuck off. But if they went, if every day on their time sharing, the next day they go to school and their homework's not done, and you can really show that as a pattern. Yeah.
So like a dramatic change, like
dramatic.
If they were, A, B on a roll, and now they have, an F average across the board, right, then that's something that could be. And
depending on what you're time sharing, because if you have equal time sharing, maybe that's not going to make sense to the judge.
Yeah.
The judge is going to go, it sounds like the two of you need to come together and figure something out for your child.
Yeah. And I was just about to ask, you would have to pinpoint exactly where the kids' grades started falling. Yeah. And it would suck if it was at 50-50, because you can't tell at that point what, who's the actual parent in the cause.
It would be easy if it's week on, week off.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's week on, week off, you could pinpoint that easily. Or if the two of you have like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday schedule.
Okay.
You know, you can make it happen. I could do it. I could do it. I got you.
We talked earlier today that you should be considered a saint in the eyes of the law.
Well, we had those candles.
Yeah, and so
the freshly signed divorce paper candles.
We have candles that we give out to clients who get divorced, and this was actually your idea.
Thank you.
That
I had a good idea.
You have amazing ideas.
Just kidding.
But it was funny because when I was making these for the golf tournament, we talked about the logo or the logo with your face, just going back and forth. And I kept one of the candles because I said I like the smell of it. And I turned the candle the other day, and I look at it. I'm like, oh my God, you look like a saint candle, because you're posing to the side, and you're like just looking at whoever's looking at the candle.
We should like draw a yellow circle around it.
Oh man, and those candles were a hit because everyone kept saying
everybody loved them. I didn't think they'd be that much of a hit, but I'm happy.
Those are your candles? Those are your candles?
Yeah.
We should hit up Mel Taylor to see if she has any left over.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry putting you on the spot, Mel. We want some candles back.
Yeah.
Next question. My in-laws have had a family Disney trip planned for 2 years. Can I take my son even though my husband says no?
If it's during your time sharing, of course you can. But if it's not during your time sharing, you need to file a motion, which you'll likely succeed at. And but if he says no and you don't go to court, you've withheld time sharing, right? Without cause and without court order to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So just because they had it planned for a long time, they're not like, well, his rights in time sharing don't matter. You can keep the kids because you've had plans. They had plans, Your Honor. Come on.
Now, my question is, if that were happening here in Florida and they were going to Disney in California, and, let's say,
if you file a motion for a vacation, file the motion. I've succeeded on these a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you're the parent saying no, stop being a dick.
How can you not let your kid go to Disney World?
Like, just let them do it. I really fail to see the harm of the children having the opportunity to take a vacation.
Yeah.
Even if it's on your time sharing, like, let it go. No one's counting these days. Unless, of course, right? So it depends.
It depends.
Unless, of course, they're taking a vacation every other month. They're keeping the children out of school. The children aren't doing well in school. They've already missed a number of days. Maybe I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But, family trip planned for a long time isn't enough. but we've been planning it. Yeah, no one cares.
It doesn't matter how long.
So you need agreement or a leave of court, which is a court order.
Cool. Let's see. Next question coming up. I found out I'm going to be subpoenaed, but I have a protective order against the defendant. How would that work?
So going to a court proceeding or being subpoenaed for a legitimate court proceeding has nothing to do with your protective order against the defendant. So it's perfectly fine that they've subpoenaed you for a court hearing.
Because I know when it comes to injunctions, no contact orders, I mean, it clearly says there, no communication with parties, with opposing party, even through third parties.
Right. But attorneys are kind of the exception for that, right? So if you have an attorney in your injunction matter and you need to, again, we try to do this stuff, at least I do. This is my plan, to do this in writing, be professional, be brief. And you cannot use your attorney as a way to contact the other party, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my client couldn't use me to contact a person against whom has a protective order, because I couldn't be like, hey, he wants to know like what panties you're wearing, right? I definitely couldn't do that. And I couldn't make any threats on his behalf.
Of course not.
But I could say we want to offer this as settlement?
Mhm.
Is there any way we could arrange some time sharing supervised, or any way we could arrange a time sharing schedule? Could we, come forward with child support? Like, what could we do for resolution? But I definitely can't be the one contacting them. He said he misses you,
Violation.
Yeah, can you come to the house and visit? Like, no, none of that.
And there are times that even the petitioners of the injunction, like they'll still reach out to the respondent,
Stupid.
like whether it's a text message or a
Don't
comment on
take the bait.
Facebook. Oh God, no.
Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait.
It's a
Because
trap.
there's not an injunction against them to contact you.
Mhm.
There's an injunction against the respondent to contact the petitioner.
And so in situations like that, like a petitioner could be petty if they want to, and just
Oh, yeah, they do it all the time.
Yeah.
Now, is it going to be good evidence to get it dismissed? You betcha.
Mhm,
However, don't take the bait. Right?
mhm. Oh, as the respondent.
As the respondent. Do
Gotcha.
not respond. Only respond to the court.
Good luck with that subpoena, man. If you need us, 407-900-7451. Next question. Does my husband and I, stepmom, have enough probable cause to file a civil protective order against the kid's maternal grandma?
I have no idea.
Let me pull up the it depends. Or
A civil protective order against the kid's maternal grandma? I don't know what for. She would have to be violent. Stalking is a pretty high burden, and harassment's a pretty high burden. Harassment's in the ballpark of 500 to 700 unnecessary phone calls in a day.
ugh, God,
Yeah.
you got to be going like hang up, delete, hang up, hang up, call, hang up, call, hang up, call, multiple.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So block her number, call the police if she shows up. Those are kind of your better remedies than a civil protective order, which we call injunctions in Florida.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, injunction and what's it called? Restraining order are basically the same thing.
Yeah, they are the same
They
thing.
just call different things. Kind of like state attorney down here and district attorney up in up north.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit. Okay, thank you for that question. Here we go. We got, let's see, we got a few more.
All right.
But I know we gotta get out of here before the hour mark so you can get back to work. Next
My
question.
boss is real mean.
Can I stop my ex-wife's new boyfriend from being around
Nope.
my kids when my kids tell me he bad mouths me? Now, we've had multiple cases like this.
Mm-hmm.
And please, like for the general public.
So there's a couple of things you can do. First of all, can you prove that he badmouths you?
I mean,
The kids aren't coming to court, so no.
well, my son keeps telling me that
I don't care.
my ex-wife's new boyfriend says that I have a crappy car.
Right. No one cares about that. So there are things that you can do, but is it worth your time?
Mm-hmm. No.
I don't like when people talk about me. Okay. So no, not really, but there is something you can do if you can prove it. In a lot of parenting plans, and your parenting plan has to include this, so it has to have been prepared by a competent attorney,
Yes.
because this isn't always in the standard parenting plans. So it may not be a part of your parenting plan if you thought you were smart by just doing it yourself because the forms are available online. Okay. I don't know why you have the gumdrop buttons.
Want the gumdrop button?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thursday night at HHN, that's all we were doing. We kept doing the
You know who does that voice exceptionally well?
Who?
Sam.
Really?
Oh my God, he landed. He
Do you know the Muffin Man? That was
You're a monster. Anyway, out of Shrek, back to Family Law.
yeah.
So if you can prove it, there often are provisions in parenting plans that say non-disparagement. So non-disparagement of the other parent, and you would file it against your ex, and because they are supposed to stop people from speaking that way about you, which of course I'm sure you know everybody's ex does.
Oh yeah.
They definitely do. And everybody follows that provision, which is why we put it in there, because it's so enforceable.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But, eventually over time, the children, it's a funny thing that happens. The children don't often come to believe those things. They come to dislike the person saying them.
Oh yeah. I've been in situations where I've been seeing someone who has kids, and I have gotten messages or calls from kids' fathers, like, wanting to find out more stuff about me. And hey, I mean, in my position, I have nothing to hide. And I mean, yeah, that's your kid. So you have a right to know what's going on. But when it gets to the point of harassment and, being violent, then, hey, yeah, 407-900, I have my attorney on speed dial. Like, Erin!
When my mom was divorcing her second husband, he tried to say a few, it was when I was a teenager, and I had like, at that time, a rough relationship with my mom. Because I was a teenager, not for any other legitimate reason. I was a teenager. I was difficult. Life is complicated. Teenager girls are, I can't believe I'm going to have one someday. So, gonna
turn your mic real quick.
You could have just told me. Okay. So he said something about my mom that was like negative, like, I don't know, she's a bitch, she's mean, she's a nag, something like that. Something like typical of, and almost wanted to try to like get me on his side. Mind you, this is my stepdad, and I was a teenager who was at war with my mom for teenage reasons.
Yeah.
And I literally looked at him and I was like, shut the fuck up. I was like, I might be fighting with her, but now I'm fighting with her against you.
Yeah.
So I remember that distinctly. Like, even though I was feeling at war, and I was consistently at war with my mom, because I'm.
What is it? The friend of my enemy, or is it the enemy of my friend? Is
the enemy of my enemy?
Yeah.
Is an enemy of mine?
No. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
And not in this.
No. I was like, I will bury you. I was so angry. I don't know. I was like, right. Anyway, I'm the worst. I don't care. I'm not sorry. It's whatever. But it didn't matter what anyone had to say. Like, she was still my mom.
Of course.
It almost made me rally behind her. It made us close, because I was like, I'll be fucking damned if he's going to do this. So a lot of times that happens with children, is they get protective of their parent who's good to them. So you kind of got to just stick it through. It's a really shitty reality that people have to deal with. And it's hard to control and put a lid on that manipulation that can happen during a divorce, of course.
During a divorce, of course.
Of course.
Venom. Sorry about that. That was an inside joke. Next question coming up. My ex filed for emancipation. Our daughter is 18, graduated in June, and still lives with me and works part-time. Can he win and get out of paying child support?
Yeah, in all of my court orders, I have an automatic release of child support at the age of reaching 18 or graduating from high school, whichever occurs later.
And why is that?
Because they're adults. That's why you can move out of. Remember earlier, we already talked about it. You're an adult. Do whatever you want. Just because you want to continue to support your child over the age of 18, that is a choice and not a legal obligation. So that's on you. So he's out of paying child support. You should just come to an agreement. Because if he overpays and the court orders you to pay him back, that would be crappy for you.
You don't want to pay back that. Pay back child support. Next question. My husband was put in prison in 2006. I thought I had a divorce, so I remarried 5 years ago. The man I married, the man I'm married to, now found out and is now blackmailing me. What can happen?
My husband was put in prison in 2006. I thought I had a divorce, so I remarried. The man I'm married to now found out and is blackmailing you. What, blackmailing you for what?
So I guess what she's trying to say is that she remarried. She married twice.
So she didn't get divorced.
Yeah.
Black. I
That's
mean,
bigamy, right?
yeah, you committed bigamy. What do you mean you thought you had a divorce?
Hey, there are a lot of dum-dums out there. Forgive me for saying it like that, but there are a lot of dum-dums who think that
Had a couple clients
that
like this.
feel that their courts proceedings are done and they can move on with their lives. And it's like, did you get a final judgment?
I wonder how many of those there really are out there.
Oh, there's so
Because
many.
there's no way to tell.
When Kyle and I were coming back from lunch, we were hearing about we were hearing a story on the radio about a woman who is suing a player from the New York Yankees for stalking and for harassing her. But here's the thing: they'd never met, and she's saying that like she's getting signals through the TV, through this, through
So she's a psych patient.
she's a psych. And like we were walking out of the car.
This
like,
actually sounds dangerous for the New York Yankee.
oh, definitely. No, there's a hearing pending at this
Like
point.
he needs to file an restraining order or an injunction against her. She is probably stalking him.
Oh no, it definitely sounds like stalking. She says like, oh, this has been happening for 4 years, and the guy on the radio asked her like, well, have you ever met the player? And she's like, no, I haven't. Like, have you ever gone on a date with him? And she's like, no, I haven't. But he's still harassing me. It's like, how crazy are you?
Her own thoughts are harassing her.
Yeah, her own thoughts.
That's sad. That's actually pretty sad.
I know Kyle was going to look it up because like we walked over like that story is insane. That cannot be
insane.
Cannot be true.
Could you imagine?
Ugh. So with this one right here, with her being blackmailed for bigamy, like
She could just fan ignorance. Come on.
but and please correct me on this one because I know I'm going to say
Happy
it wrong.
Just kidding.
No. What is it when like a marriage is null and void if this happens?
The marriage is void, but if they have children and alimony's at issue, those issues are not relieved because of the invalidity of the marriage.
Oh, okay.
So we still could duke it out on those things. Crazy. Case law's crazy on this particular topic.
It really is. And
yeah.
I sometimes never want to get married, but I got to meet the right person to do that.
Yeah, I'll say.
So, okay, here we go. We're down to our last 2 questions. And here we go. Can I put a restraining order on someone who has threatened to kill my girlfriend while they were talking?
At first I thought it was while they were walking. I'm like, they just said, I'm going to kill you across the street. And I was like, yeah, I don't. It's like that video online. What's your name?
Tony!
Yeah, fuck you, Ezekiel. Yeah.
You see that fire? Don't you bring my mother into this.
Yes, you could. But if they've only made one threat in one phone call, do you need to? Or are you trying to harass them?
Oh, I found the article.
Or call the police.
Yankees Brett Gardner says sexual stalker is terrorizing his family in a new court filing.
Wild.
Yeah. An obsessed Yankees fan who calls herself Brett Gardner's future wife has stalked, harassed, and menaced his family. The outfielder said that in documents in court Tuesday in a petition for an order of protection against her. Wow. Okay. So this story is actually from 2020. That's insane.
So she filed one against him?
No, he filed one against her.
Oh.
And the defendants are also delaying my biological clock for my pregnancy as I would like to start this process immediately.
That was her response?
Yeah. Oh, my God.
That his lawsuit stopped her from having a baby with him? Oh, my God. She wrote that down. She put it on pieces of paper and submitted it to the court.
There are some dum-dums. I can't even say her name. Devashanheim is suing Gardner, Major League Baseball, and the Yankees in Bronx Civil Court to lift her ban from Yankee Stadium and to give her clubhouse access. So-and-so says MLB has called her a threat and delusional and wants her banned from all ballparks.
Wow. They can ban whoever they want. It's civil.
Yeah.
What basis does she have? Like, what?
Now, when we were hearing this was coming directly from the woman who filed the case against Gardner, and she was like,
She was on the radio.
She was-
People gave her airtime.
sometimes you kind of want to give the dum-dums a chance to talk so you can get some entertainment and get some material off of them.
Oh my God.
I've had some dum-dums on Chaos, and hey, it makes for great content.
I know who you might be talking about.
But no, going back, I'm sorry. We'll talk about this one off air, and we'll talk about that on a later episode. But yeah, can I put a restraining order on someone who threatened to kill my girlfriend while they were talking? So
Has to be repeated violence. So, fuck you, Ezekiel. No, it's not happening. There goes our boost. Just kidding. I lost it a long time
yeah, I was
ago.
just gonna say we lost that shit a while ago.
They're gonna ban me.
Hey, as long as you don't get banned in Canada, we're good.
I don't get it.
No, I know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like an inside joke for me.
Inside joke with yourself.
I know.
I love it.
I know.
Brilliant.
It's been a.
Fucking everybody got it. Everyone's laughing.
So yeah, I mean, for injunction to be granted, like there has to be substantial evidence, whether it's police reports, photos of being battered, witness testimony, things like that.
Yeah.
Not for like, I'm gonna kill you.
If they do that and they come to your house every day, knock on your door and say, I'm going to kill you, and then they throw a brick through your window, and then they do it again, it has to be repeated. So, I'm going to kill you one time is not really enough.
Yeah. It has to be multiple times.
Right.
I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you.
Right.
Second to last question. My cousin had a baby with her husband, but he had a restraining order against her. Can they both get fined or jailed? Can he take the baby away because she violated the court order?
Okay. So husband has a restraining order against wife.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously have sexual contact to make a baby. The only person who can get jailed, not fined, we don't really do that in Florida, is the wife. But no, he can't take away the baby because she violated the order. Not with those facts alone.
Mm-hmm.
There would have to be a lot more.
Okay. So yeah, because this kind of sounds like they gave into each other and threw the restraining order out the window.
Is he claiming rape?
Because that'd be a whole different story at that point.
Because he didn't say that. They said had a baby, not she raped him.
Yeah, we would need more detail on that one.
Right. If she raped him, that's a new set of facts, and something needs to be done on that. And there is a potential that we could do some work on what time sharing and parental responsibility is going to look like custody.
Yeah. So 407-900-7451. We also do injunctions.
Mm-hmm.
They're fun. I mean, hey,
They're unfortunate.
They're unfortunate, but we have a good time working them and getting them, in favor of our client.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then last one, if my ex-wife is living out of hotels, would that be a reason to seek full custody?
Yeah. If she doesn't have stable residence for the children, for sure, you should go to court and try to fix that up.
What if she's staying at the Marriott or at the Ritz-Carlton?
If it's a nice hotel, why bother? I
don't know why I had to ask it like that, but hey, I mean, maybe she has that kind of disposable income where she can rent a hotel at the Ritz continuously with the kids.
I mean, rich enough people do it.
Yeah,
they get the penthouse.
I mean, they must be freaking nice.
I'm mad at you.
Oh man, but as we're heading out, let's see. No, yeah, that was all the questions. Anything in regards to your final thoughts before we head out of here?
No, don't let the guy who put a restraining order on you also have sex with you.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like he's very kind, or maybe you are violent, and perhaps the two of you are toxic. This seems toxic.
Oh yeah, that sounds
got a
really
restraining
toxic.
order, then you have a baby. Maybe seek to dissolve the restraining order so you don't have this complicator.
Or just keep it in your pants, bro. Come on.
Well, at least wrap it up.
That worked on 2 levels. We're wrapping it up. Bye.
Close it out.